if we want to do that. Okay, perfect. And we'll get started with, and that's what we're here to do tonight. So we're really here to, celebrate what we all have been doing in progress, because that's what this is about. This is about being in progress. And what we really are loving about that is that we all are just enjoying what we focused on, right? So where are we gonna go? And I know that we talked about this is a finale or the last of our week together, but I'm gonna tell you guys something. Guess what? We don't really finish. So if you thought it was a finale, it's really not. We're just getting started. So it's the last week of us together on this 4-week focus. But what we really want to celebrate tonight is that this is the beginning. I called it we were talking about this earlier last week planning. I said, this is the beginning of the kickoff. You finished the kickoff. Now we have the long game to go and the healthy game of your life to play. So I just hope that, we've all enjoyed together what we've been able to glean together, what we've looked at and where we're going, and the places and foundations and the rocks we've been able to put into our journey. Because this is about lifelong transformation. We got the tools, we got the support, we got the goods. And so this is really, it's a finale to our 4 weeks, but it is not a finale to your journey. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit about where we're going to start. Actually, not a little bit, all of where we're going to start. So, and I'm going to actually kick it off to my co-host here in the same place. We're not even sometimes in the whole same place. So how fun. We get to be doing this together. So this is, Tim is my husband, as you may or may not know. And he's going to tell us a little bit about where we started and what he was enjoyed for this.
All right. Hey, first and foremost, I just want to congratulate everybody that's here, whether you're on Zoom or in one of the client support pages or just joining us via video. Congratulations for showing up. And literally, showing up. 80% of success is literally just showing up. And you guys are doing that. You're focusing on your health. You're making your health a priority. And that's, that's really the focus. That's what we're trying to do here, is to shift everything so that people can focus on their health and focus on what's most important. We want to feed what we want to grow. And then, and so when we want to get better in our health, we want to pay more attention to that. And so again, congratulations on just showing up and doing that. But we also want to starve the distractions. We want to starve and take away energy from the obstacles and really just kind of focus on what we want to create. So again, just congratulations on being there. I love it, what Susan shared the other week, that we're not just mowing dandelions. We're actually getting to the root of those dandelions, those unhealthy habits. And I mean, we're just annihilating them, and we are actually keeping them from coming back. So basically, what we want to do is, just kind of just celebrate, and so congratulations again. Just linking arms with your coach to to create a plan and have a plan for how you want to proceed and create the health that you want to create. And then you're learning new habits. We're learning new habits because this is a game changer. This is a journey. It's not a destination. It's not a number on the scale. It's not a size that we wear. It's focusing on our health. And in order to do that, we literally just create new healthy habits that we get to live by. And then we're leaning in, and just you guys being here as well, leaning into this, our healthy community, of like-minded, healthy-minded people that are all getting better together, so congratulations on leaning into the community. And then also, locking into your nutrition. Like this is a thing that I'm really up in my game on as well, is the nutrition part of this. Kelly's, she's working on her, she's a recreator, so she's working on going to the gym and having fun doing it too. But just kind of locking in on one of those things that have been obstacles, have been stumbling blocks, have gotten us distracted. And for me personally, it's the nutritional aspect of it that I'm really focusing in on. And I get to do it in community with all you amazing people. So.
Yes, Tim has been my coach and inspiration, and we'll leave it at that. You know, sometimes you don't know how couples do this together. You know, it is about, and I'm sure all of you understand now that you're on your journey, the ripple effect, and how having your community, both in your online community support, in your household, who's around you, you know, and that's how we keep this going, putting you in a place where you have healthy-minded people and like-minded people around you. And like Tim was saying, you know, this has just been fun to do with you all. And we all are always in process. So I hate to tell you, it's not the finale. We're just getting started, but really just as a review. And also, maybe you're with us for the first week. So that's cool too, because we love more people in our community. So keep coming back. We're going to always be in our client support pages, but we'll do these focus groups going, you know, into probably more towards the first of the year. But what a great way that we've been able to get ready for the end of the year. So I have some questions for you. Let's do the chat. Let's see how many people, you know, really feel that they've gotten one new anchor in their journey, whether it's making sure you're connecting with your coach, understanding what your rabbit is, what you're chasing. And for those of you not with us, you can only chase one rabbit at a time. So is it your nutrition? Is it your fitness? Is it just a rhythm? Are you finding your focus? Are you finding that gap about what matters and what you can control? You know, that was something for me in the past. What is it that, you know, really is in the middle, in the sweet spot that allows you to move your journey forward? And then also, you know, week 2 is about nutrition versus exercise versus weight loss, optimization, you know, the fit that Casey told us about, you know, fitness, integration, timing, and I'm going to forget the other T, but we'll look it up because I forgot about that. But anyway, it's those kinds of things. So I hope put in the chat, have you locked into one? Let's see how that chat's looking, because that's what it's about, finding the next thing for you. This is an ongoing journey. And, you know, I'm sure that we all are finding a lot of ways that, you know, there you go, lots of ones, you know, getting your commitment up. I love it. You know, we're getting people to where you want to be for the next phase of your journey. So that's what we're doing. We're celebrating, and we're going to make sure you're locked in for the next season of your journey, because the end of the year is what we really, really want to focus on. Who wants to go to New Year's Eve in a little black dress that's the size bigger? Let's go for the little black dress in the next size down, huh? Why not? So really, you know, the third week we talked about keeping it fun. Man, Lori brought this home. I had a good time just celebrating some people. But this is what it's about. So I love another little thing to hear from you is, are you feeling like your journey is becoming fun and integrated in your life? Are you feeling like, and 1 for yes, 2 for maybe getting there, and 3 for still need some help? You know, let's see. And if you do need some help, that's why this community's here. You reach out to your coach. But, you know, that's what this is about getting this locked in, because this is a lifestyle. And we don't want anybody to feel like they don't have what they need for the next focus or the next, you know, we called it fun. What's my next fun? What's my next thing I'm working on? So I love it. You know, sometimes, you know, like Dawn said, always needing help. Totally, Dawn. That's so true. And that's what this community is about. We always reach out to the people for the next season or next phase of our journey. But that's what we talked about, you know, finding things that make it fun, keeping it fresh with options and fuelings, and also your activity, and pulling people in, because they can be inspired by you, and you can actually be inspired by them. So building that healthy community around you, like Allison, you know, I think we're going to hear later, you know, you got to run in a tutu sometimes, I'm hearing, I don't know. But anyway, that's what we worked on, you know, on these last 3 weeks, or not, you know, we learned about, right? And as Tim mentioned, you know, we have our 4 cornerstones. This is where we lock in for good. You know, our coach, our community, our fuelings. What is your plan? Whatever your plan is, knowing how it adjusts with what you have going. But really don't overlook the key resource that we have in the Optavia plans is Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health. This is where we get to go long term. That book is such a resource. Either, if you want to poke around and you're new in your journey, or definitely as your journey is locking in and your lifestyle is getting there and you're optimizing your time or your healthy lifestyle, use that. It's such an amazing resource. If you don't have one, reach back to your coach, because they're going to help you be able to get one in your hands, because it's such a key part of staying healthy for lifelong transformation. And with that, I am so excited to introduce somebody who has locked into all of these fundamentals and core principles. And her name is Abby Cook, and I'm not going to take any more thunder from her. She is just a joy and has been such a blessing to our lives. And so Abby, will you come off and just tell us a little bit about these last 4 weeks and on your journey, what's really become just a firm foundation for you?
Well, hello. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really honored. Just to give you a little background, in April I began knowing that things had to turn around, because at that point, life was not fun. I was going for fun, not fun. Pain, depression, self-loathing, I have to admit, and just overall discomfort equals not fun. So my husband introduced me to a high school friend, Kelly, and we met, and the rest is history. I signed on to the program. I embraced every facet of the program, and I was able to set the foundation by keeping in contact with Kelly all the time. We became fast friends, and she was my guide, she was my mentor, and I just, she made it wonderful for me. Also, by reading The Habits of Health and familiarizing myself with the things that we need to bring into our lives to not just get to a healthy weight, but to actually thrive and feel wonderful. I also used the Optavia guide that comes with your first kit, and I carried it with me like a little Bible until I knew exactly what I was doing, and it just made everything feel like second nature to me by using that. So I fell in love with the simplicity and the structure of the program so much that by week 3, I had decided to become a coach. Fast forward 5 months. Now I've lost over 50 pounds, excuse me. And so I feel like my health is like a 180, and that is fun. That's the fun part. It's all good now. So how do I keep it fresh and fun? Besides loving the way I feel, which I really, really do, and I can't imagine wanting to change anything to go back to how I felt. Being a health coach, for me, keeps it really fresh and fun. Like this weekend was my 30th college reunion. You can see the picture there on the left. And 4 of those gals in there are actually on this journey with me, which is awesome. That's part of my community. And we went on walks together. We shared meals together and shared tips together. And we had a great time. So to me, the thing that keeps it fresh for me is this beautiful circle of having, friends in the same situation that I am. And every time a new person starts, it's like new eyes for me, and it's new inspiration for me, and it's new motivation. So we just keep inspiring each other, and it makes me feel good, and I think it makes them feel really good too. Thank you.
Oh, Abby, thank you. You have been a real inspiration to a lot of people, and the pay it forward and the joy that you have is showing, as well as you look really good. So congratulations. And thanks for sharing that. And that's what it's about. It's about just keeping it fresh, keeping it, in our sights of what's possible. And with that, it's about integrating, like Abby said. And so I'm going to toss it over to Dawn, who we all know and love. And she's going to just build on this about integrating and staying the course for your journey, because we are just getting started. Like I said, no finale here. So Dawn?
Wait, finale? What finale? We're just getting started.
No finale.
So thank you to you and Tim for setting the stage and just reminding us what the last 3 weeks have been all about. It's been a lot of fun. And Abby, holy smokes, congratulations, down 50 pounds, rocking your 30th high school reunion. How many people out there want to rock their 30th or 40th or 50th? my 20th is coming up next year and I want to rock it. So I'm really happy and thankful that I have this group of, amazing people and the tools. So as we kind of head into the next section of this call, I am really excited to talk about what we kind of set the premise for at the very beginning. Because you guys, 3 weeks ago, we kind of pulled our pages, right? We kind of put it out there like, hey, if we did a series, what would everybody want to hear about? What does everybody want to know? And resoundingly, it was like, what do the successful people do? What are the fundamentals for long-term health? Like, I get that I'm going to be able to lose this weight. How do I keep it off long-term? How do I really incorporate health into my life? And you guys asked that question. So that's what we've been able to do over the last 3 weeks, was really give you guys insight into that. And so given what Abby shared, I just want to share my screen for a second and ask a question for everybody out there. I want you to take just a moment and really think about where you're at right now. I definitely heard loud and clear in Abby's story when she kind of had that epiphany that things weren't where she wanted them to be. She realized that she wanted to make a change, and she went from a place in her life that was not fun to now one of a place that's fun. And I heard her talking about all the things that are fun in her life and who she's surrounding herself with and the things that she's able to do. So if you could take a moment, think about that for your own life. Where do you want to be? If you knew you couldn't fail, if you knew that you were surrounded by the people that would support you, someone who knew what your goals were and championed you, and all the tools to achieve it, where would you want to be? Because like Kelly just said, this isn't the end of anything. This is the beginning for some. This is the next step for some. This is the next season for many of us. But I was just thought it would be fun to see, how many days are there left in 2017? There are 81 days left in 2017. And probably a lot of us had goals that we wanted to achieve. Many of us are a long ways down the path towards reaching those goals. And many of us are reevaluating where we want to go and setting new goals. And that's exciting. So just really think about, where do you want to be? Like Kelly said, and Allison chimed in the chat. Do you want to be ringing in the new year in maybe a little black dress and a size down, or pajamas a size down for all of us moms who love ringing in the New Year's on the couch? But really the question is, where do you want to be? And then what are the tools that are going to help you get there? What are the things that the successful people are doing? We promised that we would share this with you. So this is it. It's so simple. Tap into these things and you will see success in many areas. You have a nutrition plan. Did you guys know you can dial in that nutrition plan to meet your needs at any stage of your health? And I know that we talked about that during week 2, but you can dial it in for no matter what you're wanting to accomplish, no matter your age, no matter where your health goals are at. Connect with your coach and you can do that. Oh, by the way, your caring, amazing health coach is right by your side. Do they know where you want to go? Do they know what your goals are? Do they know what matters most to you? Because they're here to help champion. We're here. I know. Thank you, Brad, for being my amazing health coach. Always here as my champion. Always someone I reach out to and let you know, what are the next goals in my health? I've been on this journey for 8 years, almost 8 years, guys. Yeah, I lost 45 pounds 7.5 years ago. And now it's staying at a healthy weight, taking my body composition to the next step, to dialing in my sleep. There's so many different areas of health, but your health coach wants to know. Facebook communities, those pages are awesome. You are all in a Facebook community page. Probably a lot of you are watching this live from inside your community page, but that's where we meet new friends. We have recipes, we have tips. It's like a question and answer area. Like, it is kind of the lifeblood of 24 hours a day where you can go and always know you're going to be surrounded by like-minded people on a similar or same journey. The Habits of Health book and workbook. I don't ever have this far from me because I'm always looking something up in here, and I'm always just opening it to whatever, kind of strikes my fancy or whatever I'm working on. This time of year, a lot of it is reflecting and setting new goals for as I'm heading into the next season. But using this book and using that workbook is what changes those habits. And then the community calls and the podcasts. Allison showed us in week number 1 kind of how to get those podcasts on our phones, so you can just with a click, you're tuning into those. You can listen to them. I always put an earbud in. Sometimes I'm cooking dinner. Sometimes I'm out, playing with my little one, but like really working those into your life. How easy is that? Y'all drop a 1 in the chat if you like how easy it is to tap into all these tools that are at our fingertips, and put a 2 in the chat if you've been tapping into some of these tools and it's made a difference for your progress. Feel free to pop in the chat maybe what some of your favorite little tools are that you plug into, but all of these are important parts of our community that are here for you. And the more you tap in, the more, I'm going to turn it over to Allison here now, but she's going to kind of talk about that integrating. She talked to us the first week about that, and it really is a game changer. So Allison, if you're with us, I think Kelly might have alluded to sometimes health involves dancing or running in a tutu. Maybe you might need to explain that.
Right. So I did a run this last weekend for breast cancer awareness. My daughter and I do it every Thursday, or I'm sorry, not every Thursday, every October. So we had a lot of fun, although it rained and almost snowed. So that part was not fun. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of reiterate a lot of what everyone has been talking about, but also to really give full transparency here. I came into Optavia because I wanted to work from home. I wanted to be home with my babies. And what happened for me, I didn't even expect. I ended up losing almost 30 pounds and leaning up my muscle mass in a way that I didn't really know was possible. I thought I was healthy, and then I came into this community and was like, oh wow, like these people are making me up my game. And so just being integrated with everyone, from health coaches to the community to recipes, and fully understanding what a community can do for you can really move your health forward. So the number one thing that you can do for yourself is to stay connected. And some things that I did and that I think are great ideas are to, as you continue moving forward, host happy hours or healthy meals at your house. Invite people over. Talk about it at church. Maybe talk to the ladies in the kitchen there about maybe on Saturday nights or Wednesday nights or whatever part of your community, if you could host something healthy. Because I imagine if you're looking for healthy friends, guess what? Other people are too. So being able to grow that around you and have that really built-in community is going to be wonders for you and your long-term health. And so some other ideas, sign up for a 5K or even a 10K. Guess what, y'all? You don't have to run. I walked it with my 6-year-old. Y'all can do that too. Ask people to join you. And when you do, they might not want to because they're nervous, but start a team. Wear a tutu. It makes it kind of fun, you know? I'm wearing a crown also, if you can't tell, because we're princesses, right? So have some fun with it and invite people to have fun with you. And as you continue to grow your community and have fun, people are going to want to be around you, and they're going to want to eat lean and green and be healthy. Healthy is not about being skinny and eating well all the time. It's about having fun and using your body and sharing that with other people. And guess what? They start to believe that they can do it too. And that's what Optavia has done for me, has shown me that health is about so much more than that. So after this Feed Your Focus group, really stay in contact with the community and stay in contact with some new friends and try to just keep that ball rolling so that you can stay healthy as well. If you'll move over my slide, Miss Dawn. So another huge thing you can do is really living out loud. This picture is from a run. I'm from South Carolina, and last fall I went home and I wanted to hang out with a bunch of friends that I hadn't seen. So I decided to, hey, let's all run this zombie run or whatever. It was something silly. We were supposed to dress up, but nobody did. So really living out loud and inviting you along your journey, along what you're already doing in your life, can really contribute to your long-term health. sharing on Facebook that you're doing something, maybe sharing that, hey, I've lost weight, or hey, I'm doing a run, or anyone have any recipes, and just asking for more people to join you is a really great way to continue your long-term health. And then, of course, being a health coach. This is the number one thing I ever did for myself, was to become a health coach. And then at the time, I didn't really know that I was contributing to my own health. So that's been a wonderful blessing for me. So thank you all for contributing to that as well and being a part of my community. We truly are better together, and I appreciate all of y'all. I just said all y'all. And that is it for me, unless you had anything you wanted to add, Dawn. Otherwise, I'll pass it over to Susan, and she can finish us up.
Yeah, we'll pass it over to Susan. One of the things I was going to say, Allison, was that when you reached out to me, I was like, oh my gosh, she's a runner. She's so healthy. How can I help her? And so it's just awesome to hear you pull that all together and be like, you know what? This was a community that even helped you, someone who was healthy and had, I would have thought, it really figured out, even up your game and take it further. So that's just awesome to hear, girl. Thank you for sharing.
Well, yeah, you bet. I just wanted to say, I mean, you're right. I was eating a lot of food and running a lot of miles, but my body fat, until I started really honing in with our community and our nutrition, my body fat has never, I've never felt better. So thanks for that, y'all.
So awesome. All right, Susan, it's all yours, girl.
All right, we're gonna drive it home. This is actually really fun. I'm just kind of taking it all in and listening to the takeaways, and how at any point in the journey, I've been on this journey for 8 years, we can learn. And I think when I'm just like digesting that, the last 3 weeks for me just personally is what a distracting world we live in. Can I just get an amen? You can put one in the chat if you want, whatever. But what a crazy distracting world that we live in, and how much our brain plays a role in this process of choosing health. I find that through coaching people, and even just myself, that 90% of the work is going on from the neck up. The other 10%, and like once that kind of gets all like worked out, like this 10% kind of all takes care of itself. And I think where it starts is making the decision, and also just being really honest with yourself. So sometimes we walk away, we get all this motivation and inspiration, and Tim and Kelly, I love you. And I love that you started with the 80% of success, like it's just showing up. Because in my head, I was like, bull crap, that's not true. Like, because if it was that easy, like I'd just show up and then I wouldn't do any of the work. And I've heard that quote over and over and over again. And I don't mean to challenge it, but honestly, I think maybe 10% is showing up, and 90% is like doing the work. 90% of it is when things get tough, when it's you versus you, when the motivation and inspiration is gone, when it's Monday morning and you're on your own, right? And you don't have, that's where the 90% comes in and we get to work. So I am thankful, like, to continually be growing and learning and having things to help me stay focused on what's most important to me, which is to live a healthy, vibrant life full of freedom. So I would like to, if you guys can hang with us for a few more minutes, highlight a Louisa. So Lisa, if you're here, you can start to unmute yourself. She's done fantastic and has really made her health a focus over this last little season. So Lisa, I'd love to hear from you. What you learned over this last little bit, what you're focused on, and kind of what you're excited about for the future. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to you.
Hi, Optavia family. I'm so excited to be online. This is my first time, so bear with me.
I actually can't see your video. Is there a way you could turn on your video, Louisa?
Oh, yes.
There you are, beautiful lady. Go for it.
So I just didn't start my journey very long ago, but finally forced myself to get on the scale today, and I'm 25 pounds down, which is exciting for me. About a month ago, I decided, Lisa, my health coach, asked me to become a health coach. And I was a little antsy about it, but I'm a nurse. And so I have the people's heart in my heart. So I wanted to try it. And what I've learned from this focus is all in. that's been the key for me. So I realized as a mom and as a new grandma that I have to take care of me and focus on me. And then that way I can also spread the love and be able to be there for my family and my kids and play on the floor with my grandbaby when she gets to be that age. But the all-in part has really kept me focused. I hit kind of a plateau, but kept charging on. And then being able to be a health coach as well keeps me accountable and able to lead and then still follow Lisa and Susan's amazing example. So I love this family. I love this community. Everybody is so supportive, and I am so amped and jazzed for the future because I've signed my 20th today after being a coach for a month to the day. So I'm super excited, and I appreciate you all. So thank you so much.
Awesome. I mean, I love it. It's like you're taking care of you and your story is shining and you're inspiring so many people to take that next step in their life and in their health. So I love that. So for all of you out there, what is your story, you know, the power of your story to inspire people? So what I want to leave you with today is from one of my mentors, Jim Rohn. He doesn't mentor me personally, but he does through audio often. And here's something I love that he says, and when it sits with me, I can relate it in so many areas in my life, but he says this: life was not designed to give us what we need. Life was designed to give us what we deserve. I'm going to say it again. Life was not designed to give us what we need. Life was designed to give us what we deserve. Right? I think of that for those of you that have had children. And if your child came to you and said, hey, and I have one that does this, hey, Mom, I need $10. Kind of ask, well, what for? I want to buy a toy. Do you just go, sure? Or do you want them to learn to ask the right question of, Mom, how can I earn $10? And why do we make that so important for our children to learn that lesson is because we know they will find value on the other end of it if they have done the work to earn the reward. Would you guys all agree? And when I put it into that, when we can learn that abundance flows from many resources and we work towards it and we feel like the things life was designed just because you need it, just because you need health and you need to need to be around for people that need you. You need to be around. That is not reason enough for it to be given to you. It will be given to those that do the work and deserve it. Okay. And so and it's just like a farmer growing a crop, right? They need the harvest, they need the crop, but they have to go plant the seeds and water the seeds and do the work for the reward of that work ethic and the process and the integration, right? So we're talking about integration, and it's like what I want to leave you with today is we talk a lot about what do you want. That's great. It's good to know what you want, but it's honestly, guys, it's not enough. The question is to be honest with yourself and write this down. What are you willing to do? Just because you want it, but it's really the question is, what am I willing to do? And be honest with yourself. And then, how are you going to earn it? And if you can remember those two things, because we want to leave you so that you creating health through the holidays into the new year. And it's a consistent question of asking yourself about being consistent, but what am I willing to do? And how am I going to earn it? What am I going to change today so that tomorrow and the next day and the new year and 2020 and 2030, I am moving forward in my health? Because if we don't assess and we're not honest with ourselves today, you're going to be in the exact same place as you are today if you're not willing to make a change. Okay, so I'm not asking you to do anything you're not willing to do. It's okay to want it. It's okay to dream. It's okay to just show up. You got to do the work on the back end. And when you earn it, the reward is sweet. And that's where the value is added, just like you would talk to your kids about something. So I want you guys to have value in the journey. You will appreciate your health so much more when you realize that you're going to, put in the work. So What's cool is every person on here tonight, you guys are one decision away from a completely different life. Just one. So you can decide today, what do you want the future to look like? And the decision is yours. Isn't that beautiful? So that's what I hope you guys can take away, that this is always a process. This is a journey. And there's going to be distractions. Like, that's not going to change. Our culture, our environments aren't going to change, but you can change. You can change how you show up, and you can change your relationship to them. And so I hope they leave you today with writing down, like, what are you willing to do? How are you personally going to earn it? Because the reward is going to be sweet on the other end. So with that, you guys, let's have a great fall. Connect with your coach. Like, dig in. Like, that's where the work ethic and everything comes into it. That whole integration piece, the more you do, I promise you, you hear it a lot, but the question, am I really doing it? And am I willing to do the work, right? So that's what I want to leave with you tonight. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Dawn, Allison, Abby, Louisa, all your stories. You guys are amazing partners. We love you guys, and we will do more focus groups in the future. So we are excited for you, and we'll send you guys off. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Susan. Thanks, everybody. What a great, great way to end this for the next beginning. So thank you.
Exactly.
Amazing. Have a great week, everybody. Elizabeth, hit that 100-pound. Congratulations tomorrow. And we'll see you guys in your client support pages, and do the work. The reward, like Susan said, is so sweet.